Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and, use your own intuition to go beyond the details that I provide, right? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is that Nine of Wands. Great strength and energy, confidence. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread here. And, very nice. As I lay these cards out, I also want to say that if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments to this video. Okay? Continuing with the path of the serpent here. A lot of court cards today. A lot of court cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 court cards. That's a lot. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is the card that we are not going to look at until the very end of the reading. That's right. Hopefully it'll tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of things. So looking around at what we have, we've got a major arcana here, another major. We've got some fire and air, and the court cards. We've got some more fire and air, and the court cards. A lot of fire, a lot of air. A lot of fire, a lot of air. I think that you're not getting along with someone. And I think maybe some air. It might be an air sign person in your life that you're just not getting along with. Could be a water sign person, but I think the earth and the water up here are doing some different things. Okay? I think what's really going on is there's something we're not getting along with a particular air sign person in our life. Okay? Now this has some strange implications because we also have this Aquarius card, the star card in the recent past. I think that you have perhaps recently committed yourself to a very meaningful goal. You've maybe found your purpose. You've found the meaning of your life and you've committed to it. Okay? I think that you've started this new journey. It's like we see all of the millions of stars in the company of stars in the heavens. Which one's ours? Right? Which of these destinations are we aspiring to? I think you've answered that question for yourself recently. Okay? I think that you have had this spiritual experience, this spiritual revelation, this kind of aha moment, where you've discovered which one of these stars is yours. And you've set out on this journey. Now, for whatever reason, this is causing some problems with, I think, an air sign person in your life. Now, we see air here, we see air here, 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 and it all starts from this air here. So what is going on? Why are we not getting along with this person? Is it that we are having these spiritual experiences that now that we're committed to our work, to our goals, we know where we're headed? Now we're starting to see how let me rephrase that. Maybe we're starting to ask the question, does this person fit into my path, my life, my work? Is there still a place for them in all of this? Now, we're going to start with this Nine of Wands. I think that you have gained a tremendous amount of confidence. You have connected with your heart, your spirit, your purpose, your unconscious, true self. I think that you have committed yourself to whatever is being represented by this star energy. You've kind of lashed yourself to your star, okay? And that's giving you tremendous confidence. And not arrogance, not bravado even. A confidence that comes from an inner certainty. It's this resolve that you have, that you are committed now. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You have no doubts about it. And it's giving you a lot of power, a lot of confidence. Okay? And I think that this confidence that you are experiencing, this a surge of this fire energy now that head and heart are connected, we're generating a lot of power, right? And if we look at the overhead camera, this power that we're generating right here in the center with these fire cards, we'll put them like that. We have the Luster Strength card, that's Leo, that's fire. And we have the 9 of Wands, that's fire. All around it, we have these other colors, right? We've got these kind of air and water cards. We've got the blues and the purples and the kind of dark, cold colors. Right in the center here, we have this heat. We've got this heat. So it's almost as if all of these other things in our life now, we're going to explore what these could be. All of these other things in our life are just kind of huddled around this central fire. Okay? But if that fire is too intense, all these could get burned. If these creep in too close, they might get burned. Right? Or they might catch a spark. And they might start generating the heat and fire of their own. So we already talked about this purpose, the star that you have found. And I think this star really is the source of this fire energy. Okay? But I think if we take this confidence a little bit too far, we could end up not injuring the star, but we could end up injuring or doing damage to our relationship to that purpose, that goal, that ideal, that spiritual, meaningful energy. Okay? Our connection to it. Not damaging it, but our relationship with it. Okay? But I think it's the source of this confidence that you have. Now, let's talk about this other fire card. This is the Luster Strength card. This, I think, is really you feeling this surge of passion, of creative energy, of just power, of ability. Right? It's almost an invincible feeling. You're getting so charged up now, you feel like you could just kind of punch through walls or leap tall buildings in a single bound. Thankfully, we don't have the Tower card here. But this is almost excessive. This card, it could become a little excessive. Okay, this feeling of invincibility. Right? And this is a fire that could be raging out of control, right? Let's try to contain it. That's the idea here, is to use it for good instead of evil. Use it for construction rather than destruction. But you're generating so much light and heat now that all of these other things are kind of clustering around you. Now we have that air sign person that's down here beneath everything. They're clustering around you too. They can feel this warmth, this heat, this light, this power, this confidence, right? That's kind of, it's expanding. It's still growing, right? When is it going to stop? So they're getting kind of close. And I think they're starting to feel, okay, it's getting a little bit too hot now. It's kind of starting to hurt a little bit, right? Maybe they're getting a little bit too close to the campfire. Maybe the campfire is raging a little bit too powerfully, and they're starting to feel a little bit of, starting to sting a little bit. So they're feeling this from you, that there's a little bit of friction there with you, and they're not sure if you really want them around your campfire. And I think there's something going on here. There's some reason why you're not sure about this person anymore. There's something going on here. I think they're trying to figure it out. I think that they are really in their head about it. And they're not sure where they stand with you. Okay? Because they see this change in you. They see this huge fire that you are now. Right? And they're just wondering if you're going to just continue to expand and consume everything around you, or if they should get away before they get hurt. Right? Because you're giving off this kind of energy that is not so subtle, right? that you're having some kind of an issue with them, right? And I don't know what that is. I think it's just a matter of not seeing how they fit into things so much right now. Okay? But let's go to the immediate future. This 6. The 6 of Swords. Very good card. Balanced, objective, finding clarity, getting to the heart of the matter. Right? So we have to be careful that this fire doesn't expand so far that we end up charring our rational mind. Right? We have to keep our logic far enough away, detached from this fire, at least a little bit, so that we can see things objectively, so that we can get to the heart of the matter. That we could find the central truth, the clarity, the real meaning, what's really going on. Okay? And I think that's the way forward. That's how we deal with this air person, is to enter the air with them. Rise above this campfire, go away from the campfire a little ways and have a private conversation, right? And I think with these two, I think that's the way to do it. I think that we need to get to the heart of what's going on and really have an open and honest conversation. Maybe first with ourselves, okay? Maybe we need to invoke this Princess of Cups first. Maybe we have to realize, how do we really feel? And again, we have to get this Princess of Cups far enough away from the central campfire in order for this not to be consumed by the fire. Because a fire that's raging this hot, this is a little droplet of water. This is going to evaporate in a split second. So we have to protect this. We have to take our feelings outside the campsite a little ways. Figure out how we feel, right? What do we truly want? Not in consideration of this fire energy. What do we feel? What is our emotional truth right now? What is our heart telling us about this situation with this air sign person? I think that's the first step. Trying to discern how we really feel. Outside of the context of this campfire, it kind of feels like an expanding ego here a little bit, but this expanding power, this confidence, this ambition, this enthusiasm, this creativity, this magical ability, that's all tied to us finding our purpose. It's a good thing. This fire energy is good. It's a blessing. But again, it could expand so fast that it consumes all these other energies. So we need to be careful with it. And I think once we realize how we feel, right? Listen to our heart. What do we really feel about this? Then we could take our rational mind and this air sign person and literally go a few feet away from the campfire and talk about it. Have that conversation. Get to the heart of the matter. Make sure that the truths are expressed, that there is meaning, that the communication is open and honest and satisfying, enlightening. I think that's very important. I think that's the way forward with this. Whatever role this person is going to play in your life, I think the first thing is for you to figure out what you feel about it and then let them know, right? Maybe they have a campfire of their own that they're working on, So moving forward, that's how we move forward, is through this 6 of Swords, getting to the heart of the matter, having that conversation, having the truth, having that open and honest communication. And that leads us here to the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, Prince of Swords. Air on air, double air. So this is now you, I don't want to make predictions, right? But I don't see this person in your life in the path of the serpent, at least. Okay. Now that could indicate that you have you've done this work, you've had this conversation, you know how you feel, and there's no doubt, there's no question. You're not afraid to communicate that truth to them. Okay. Whatever that truth may be, it feels like you've done it, and now you're you're ready to keep going with your fire energy, right? It feels a little harsh. It feels a little matter of fact. It almost feels like an ultimatum, kind of. You know, you're either with me or you're against me. I think that you've expressed yourself, and it was very effective. It might not be the most tender or thoughtful kind of conversation, but you expressed yourself. And I feel like it was very, very matter of fact. And can't blame you. That's what we kind of were, that's what the cards were encouraging you to do, right? But I think what it's going to really do for you, double air and then the 10 of Swords, it's really going to show you, it's going to give you these skills, right? It's going to let you know that you have the ability to be very discerning, right? Your emotions getting into things, we see the, you know, the Princess of Cups here, maybe allowing your emotions to make you a little sentimental, keep people in your life just because, you know, you do care about them, you want them, but are they really good for you? And these, you know, this air sign person, it could be one particular person. It could represent a group of people. It could represent people in general, friends in general. Are the friends that you have around you encouraging you to be your best self? Or are they just trying to get warm next to this fire? I think that's the bigger question here. I started out thinking, okay, what's your problem with this air sign person? I think that's the wrong question to ask. I think we should be asking, do these air sign people, these friends, whatever, could be family members, coworkers, you know, I don't know. Do these people have your best interest at heart? Do they want to see you? Do they encourage you? Do they assist you in becoming your very best self? Or are they just trying to get warm by your fire? Okay. And I think that's what the double air with the Prince of Swords and this 10 of Swords are doing on the path of the Serpent. We've kind of shifted questions down. Maybe the question started out as, God, why do I feel an animosity toward this person? But through this process, now we realize it wasn't that I was feeling an animosity toward that person. It's that I really need to be looking at all of my relationships and asking if they're contributing to me on my path to becoming the very best version of myself, or if they're not, or if they just want some of that heat, right? So I think this is a good transition. I think we started with one question. We kind of transitioned into a larger question. And I think that's very good. I think that's right along with your Virgo nature. You know, I think you have this uncanny ability to take one question and turn it into several, right? That's a very good quality. I'm teasing you, but that's an excellent quality. That's analysis. That's the heart of the scientific mind. And that's what we have here, the Six of Swords. Keyword for this card, it's the Lord of Science, right? This is the scientific mind. Getting to the heart of the matter, taking one question and making it, well, 6 in this case, or 10 in that case. The next card, though. The next card is you really getting back to your fire energy. This is you now taking this campfire that we have, and now you've lit up several arrows, and you're shooting them into every direction. You have, you know, let's say 8 targets, and you're just letting loose 8 arrows at once to all these different directions. These are all of the, you know, the cardinal points of the compass and the in-betweens, right? The compass rose. And this is you really finding the direction. This is you finding where to take this fire energy. Where are you going with this campfire? We can't just stay at camp the whole time, right? We've got to chamber our coals, chamber the ember, and we've got to carry it to our next destination. And the compass here is how you are deciding your destination. And we're going over that rainbow, right? We're going to whichever direction has that rainbow for you. That's the direction to choose. That's where your compass is going to lead you. And that rainbow is pure imagination, right? I'm kind of mixing my Wizard of Oz and my Willy Wonka here. I apologize for that. But you get the point, I hope. And what's on the other side of this rainbow, in that land of imagination, is this Princess of Discs. This is the real manifestation of all of this star energy. See, with the star energy, now I should have said this at the beginning, we're receiving the impulse from above, right? We're receiving the blessing, the water, the grace, the heavenly, divine, spiritual influence. And that's all very well and good. What do we do with it? We have to express that out into the world, into the horizontal plane, for ourselves, for our physical existence, for the world, and just, it has to have its counterpart down here, below. We have the above, we need the below. Well, this is the below coming together, manifesting, becoming something, okay? The Princess of Discs is pregnant with possibilities, infinite possibilities, because I don't know what's over your rainbow. I don't know what's in your land of imagination. I'm not even sure that any of us know that about ourselves even. We have to go there to find out what it's all about. But it's going to be producing some wonderful success for you. This is a tremendous way to end the path of the serpent. I don't even want to look at that mystery card. I want to end it right here on that Princess of Discs, because that is the perfect confirmation. The materialization of all of this potential, the getting ready to just be born out into the world of this star that you have found. But let's look at it, I guess. I guess we can. I don't know what that noise was. I think that was maybe the impending doom of this mystery card. I don't think it's going to be bad. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to have to be another court card here, because I feel like we're kind of not done with this larger question about the people around us, the relationships that we have. Are they supportive of us becoming our very best selves, right? Manifesting our very best life with that princess. So I think it's another court card, honestly. Let's find out. Yeah, it's the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is telling me that, okay, look, you have this scientific mind that you can discern now if your friends have your best interest at heart, right? We talked about that. You can see now if your friends are contributing to you becoming the very best version of yourself and creating your very best life, right? Are they conducive to that? Do they support that or not? You're good at that. What about those relationships that come with a more emotional component? What about these love relationships? What about these, sexual relationships, infatuations, these very emotional relationships, right? What about family relationships? What about those relationships that really have that pull on our heartstrings, that really tug at our deepest emotions? Those are the relationships that we need to look at also. And those are different. Our friends and stuff, that's different than who we consider to be our family. Now, chosen family or blood family or, legal family, marriage, our spouses, our significant others, our love, our sexual relationships, that sort of thing. So this is another aspect to this question, I think. And now this isn't, I'm not trying to be anticlimactic here, but I think that this is just another type of relationship that we need to look at to see if it's contributing, if these types of relationships, on a case-by-case basis, okay? I'm not saying get rid of your friends, get rid of your loved ones, get rid of your lovers, just be by yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm saying on a case-by-case basis, because remember, we started with this one person, and we looked at that one person. On the path of the serpent, we got this idea like we need to look at everybody. We need to look at all of our friends. Now we're getting the indication that we need to look at all of our relationships in general, not just all of our friendships, all of our other types of relationships as well. Okay? I think this was a very good reading for you. I think this was some some energy that we really needed to take a look at. And I'm so thankful that you were here and that you joined me for this reading. I hope you'll join me for the extended. You can click right here and you'll have access to the extended reading. Thanks again for being here and letting me read for you. This was your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.